Hi guys.
How you doing?
Big Rich here, and my son, Pumpkin Boy.
Josh, you know, your favorite host, but we decided to kick this one off early tonight, and
we couldn't find a special guest to come on tonight, so we kidnapped somebody.
You guys are probably all wondering who it is.
No, let him wonder for a while. Let's start this off here. We got any messages here? Someone says, please tell me that's Reaper. That was from Juice Junkie.
I don't know. You guys are going to have to stick around and find out. But man, those are some white legs.
Is it Heathen? Alright, tonight we got Tracy update for you. Stop it. Bad. We've got a few good surprises coming for you guys.
So to start things off, I just want to welcome Gudrun Elkins to the Green Team. Thanks for signing up for the memberships. That helps us out a lot. So again, thank you. We hope you enjoy.
This is so funny. This is so
bad.
Don't make us shock you.
It puts the lotion on the skin, or it gets the hose again.
You want to take the hood off?
All right. You know what? Let's go ahead and take these ropes off. You know what? All right. Bam!
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Rip it off.
Oh, guess who's back, folks? They had to kidnap me to get me here, but I'm here.
We didn't actually kidnap. We don't need no one calling the authorities.
Please don't call the authorities.
It was all voluntary.
Oh, boy.
That looks like a felony, Dirty Dog says.
I'm free. Thank you for freeing me, Josh. Appreciate it. That was rough.
This is what happens when you don't show up here for a month.
Yeah, I agree.
We kidnap you and bring you here.
That was funny, though. That was a good one. That was a good idea.
I couldn't stop laughing.
Oh.
I just couldn't wait for Josh to rip off the duct tape.
All right, we got Steve Mustang 516 for $2. He said ransom money.
Oh, that's awesome, Steve. Thank you. That's awesome.
All right. Let me get caught up in the chat here, and we can get this night started.
Oh, my God. That was so funny. Well, Rayburn127 says, I was wondering when we see Will Star again.
Back in the flesh.
We had to kidnap him. He wasn't coming back. We had to do our job. That's how the mafia works. It's Jake 101 says.
Yeah.
And G Maximus says, hello from Malaysia. Glad to see Will back. Love the OFR. And hashtag Team Tracy.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Kenny's Aquarium. Will Star in the house. Tim Siglitz. Welcome back, Will. Holly McComb says, what's with the shades, guys?
Always a question for me.
Well, Holly, it's really bright here. And my eyes are so sensitive.
All right, so someone's asking, when will the King of DIY podcast be released? April 15th. Be there or be square.
Oh, we will definitely, promote it and let everyone know. But April 15th is the DIY. Wait, we're talking about DIY Joey. We might as well have his. There you go. So the DIY Joey will be April 15th. Will be released. What a guy. He was really nice in the interview, and I hope he changed a lot of minds because some people are hating on him nowadays, and it's not warranted. He's a good guy, and he's willing to help us out, and he said so many good things, and so many ways that he could help us out, and he's coming down here and going to do collabs here at the rescue as soon as the things get lifted for COVID, so sanctions. So look forward to that. We're going to have a lot of good things going on, and next week, what is that, Coyote Peterson?
That's not until the end of the month.
End of the month?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll let that out of the bag soon. All right, so let's move on here. And
So you guys noticed the background's a bit different tonight.
yeah, I could turn on the other one, the Cichlid background, if you like. But I figured we've used it for so long, we can do the
Is this
pool
the
pond
new
background.
one, or is this the old
This
one?
is the old one. See the artificial coral sticking in the shallow? That's now in the deep end. So this is the old
right
one.
Will was covering it.
Right there.
Yeah. Now, let's move on to, what do we say? Updated news. Flash, just in. Let us tell you about this. I've got it right here. Where's it at?
Up,
I don't see it.
down. Right there. Up, one. Up, one. What are you doing?
I went up one.
Down 2.
Down 2. Stop using your wheel. Use the mouse.
Up 1 with the mouse. Up 1.
Up.
There.
Down 2. Up 3.
Dude.
Take your mouse.
Technical
right there.
difficulties.
Right. Now press the clicky
Oh,
button.
there it is. Josh went today and bought a pontoon boat. Here it is, guys. Here it is.
Middle of the lake.
This is 2007.
It's a Bentley 200 Cruise. It's got the double bimini top on it. It's got the full cab.
The
with
bimini
sides
top
that come
covers the
down.
whole thing.
So you can be fully enclosed out there on the water. It's like heavy duty canvas tent material. So it's waterproof. It's got windows that roll up. It's got a live well. So it's really going to expand our,
there's
our
Diesel.
reach. Yeah, there's a little diesel.
Now we can say fish in the middle of the lake. No, it's a pleasure boat. It's a party boat. It's a pontoon
It
boat.
was a Christmas gift to myself.
You
Yeah.
can say fish
So we
in
got
the
to come
middle
up
of
with
the
a name
lake.
for it, right?
It's named
The Ohio Fish Rescue.
I bet the fans can come up with a great
It
name.
has an original
Yeah, let's
name.
let you guys come up with a name.
Yeah.
Give us name options for this, and then Josh will have the sticker made and put it on.
That's exactly right.
The original name of the boat was the Jaeger boat.
The Jaeger boat. Huh?
Yeah, it was his party boat.
Might not have to change that one.
So
Might not have to change it.
Keep that one the same. I mean, I don't know.
Now, all the storage under the seats are coolers and storages and all that stuff. There's doors on the sides and then stairs to get down to the water.
wait! Word of the night. We're gonna have it as Will Star.
Oh, there we
You
go.
can say fish
There's the
in middle
drinking word of the night.
Appreciate it.
There
Awesome.
we go. Now no one's ever gonna talk about it
Yeah,
again. You
no
know,
one's gonna say nothing. No one
sober
wants to
Sally's
drink.
over here.
All right.
Right.
Von Yinzer says, glad to see Will Star's back and feeling better.
Thanks, Von Yinzer. Appreciate it, man.
Lord Red Fat Killer says, with 2 Arapaima in a 10,000 gallon system, how much should I or could I be feeding them to make sure they stay at a good weight? Depending on size, that's all that matters is size. You can feed a 5-foot Arapaima 1 pound to 2 pounds a day, and he's still going to eat, and
You
he's
can
just
feed
going
him
to
3 to
maintain.
5 pounds every other day if you
You
want
can
to
say
feed it
fish in
that
the
way.
middle of the lake.
Feed as much as he will eat in a 5-minute section. If there's food left on the ground and he hasn't eaten yet, then don't feed him that much. 5 minutes, any leftover
Hey,
food,
get this
you're
off.
feeding
This
too much.
Camera work right now is pretty bad.
Oh, okay.
I didn't understand that.
You're not supposed to be listening.
We got a super chat from Dave Hudson says, gotta call the boat Diesel.
I got a dog named Diesel. He's right there, that little cute guy.
Yeah, that was giving me all kinds of craziness.
Boat owners get 2 good days with their boats, one when they buy it and one when they sell it.
Nah, you forgot about the first 3 months of just awesome partying on the lake. After that, then they start regretting.
All right. Bearded Fish Keeper, $2, said it's bad luck to change the name of a boat. Well, I've been going against the odds all my life, so you know what? We might just do it.
Might do it anyway, huh?
Gotta do it. Oh, Jesus. SC Aquatics for $5. He said boat name. Pumpkinator.
The Pumpkinator.
And we got my boy Colin Doyle for $20. He said, good evening, gentlemen, and the whole family. Glad to see you back, Will Star. Definitely a party barge.
Appreciate
Missed
it.
y'all last week.
Who is this Martin Dollinger? My mods had to delete him. He keeps saying bad things. You know what? You people that act like idiots, you're just going to be removed from the channel. You know, quit being a fool. We're here to have fun, and you know, screw you.
All right, and again, Colin Doyle, thanks, bud. You kind of interrupted me there.
I'm sorry,
My
bud.
chat.
I'm sorry. As I have a habit of doing that. I'm sorry.
Oh, call the boat, creeper in the Cichlids.
Creeper in the Cichlid.
That would be funny.
Yeah, it would.
All right, let's dive into this chat.
Oh no, we should start with the Tracy update.
7 o'clock.
Okay. Oh yeah, we do that at 7 o'clock, guys. I'm sorry. We start at 6:30 now. 7 o'clock is the Tracy update.
All right. Aquarismo Jumbo ES for $5 said, here in Brazil, your work is very respected and
thank
admired.
you. Thank you.
That
You know,
is
we try
awesome.
and have fun while doing good for the community and doing good for the fish and doing good for, you know, our fishy family and stuff. So if I got something to sell, I'll sell it cheap to my fishy family first. If I've got something to donate, it's definitely going to the fishy family first. All you guys out there deserve it. You've all, you know, helped out so much. So anytime I got something to donate, it's going to you guys first. You know, if we buy stuff, like sometimes we buy somebody's whole fish room and then we keep what we want and we sell off the rest. It's not part of actual rescue. It's something we do on our own to help us build and grow. You know, we might want his UV light out of there and we don't need none of the smaller tanks. So we sell off all of, or give away a bunch and then sell off some to recover the money it cost us to buy that you know, fish room full of stuff. You know, we always try and help out our fish family first though.
All right. So you guys know what to do. If you guys want any questions answered in the chat, be sure to get them in there, and I will do my best to answer them. Got our boy Jim Sheasley for $10. Said, thanks again for the tour. My mother was very impressed.
Jim brought it by his mother and a few other people, and it was just amazing. And then, you know, after he left, oh my God, Jim, I'm going to kick your butt. I'm telling you this right now. He came in and he gave me a box and he goes, this is for the fish. And I set it down because I was meeting his mom, so I'm shaking her hand and this and that. And we forgot about that. After he left, we go and we open the box, and in there is a bunch of fish food, and we did a video on it today for, what's it called?
People?
The what?
Awesome People?
Yes,
which I forgot to upload.
Edition for Awesome People today. It'll go up tomorrow morning. You'll see it for Jim Sheasley. But in this box was all this different fish food and stuff that he stopped and bought. And then there was a bottle of vanilla Absolute.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, oh my God, Jim, it's just too much.
Wonder who that was for.
That's not for the fish.
Nope.
Yeah, that's for me. You're trying to make me happy and stuff. And then I go and I look a little further, and there's another bottle of Godiva white chocolate, my favorite thing in the world.
Wow.
I'm like, oh my God, I feel so bad that this guy spent his money on me. And then I open up the card, and the card has a $50 bill in it.
Wow.
I'm like, oh my God, Jim. I'm going to get you, Jim. You should not have spent that on me. I don't mind on the fish, but you shouldn't spend that on me, brother. Now, I'm going to save them bottles for you to come over and you drink with me, buddy.
There you go.
Thank you so much. You are amazing.
Yeah, he's always doing so much for
Always.
us
He's got so much fish food, you know, he's bought and stuff.
Holly McComb said, any thoughts or knowledge on blood parrot cichlids?
Yeah, their knowledge and thoughts, they're all different colors at the pet store. You get them home, they all turn back to an orangish pink.
Sometimes red.
A little reddish, but by you know, after they're home for a year, they're all the same color basically.
Yeah.
And you know, they lose their colors. So don't get thrown away by the yellows, the golds, the blues, the oranges, the pinks. They're all going to be pink. Period. They lose all their color and come right back to it.
All right. Joe455 says, are African tigerfish legal over there? They are 100% legal.
Yes, sir. And awesome.
We got DJ System gave a $10 super chat. Didn't say anything.
Aw, thank you.
Thank you, DJ.
Didn't say nothing, just wanted to give money.
$10.
That's awesome of you.
Did Will Star just blurt that out? And I did say Will Star because Will Star's back there and no
Who's
one's talking.
Will Star?
This is Will Star?
Yeah.
Right here?
And
This
Will
guy
Star's
right
the
here?
drinking name?
Will Star.
Name, number, get it right.
Whatever.
Word.
One of them.
Word, that's the thing.
That's a lot of drinks, though. That's all I know.
Everybody should be trashed by now.
Do you think axolotls would survive in the outdoor pond? No. They would get eaten by the big koi for one. It gets absolutely too cold out there in the wintertime. It, would be way too cold for them. Even though they're cold water, they're usually around, 60 degrees or so. But that would just be way too cold. Maybe in
Words
the
of
summertime.
wisdom.
Have you guys started feeding the koi in the back pond yet?
Nope, not yet. As soon as the nighttime temperatures are above 50 and the
50,
water's
huh?
above 50, you can feed them cold water food. And then once I think it's above 63, possibly. Might be wrong on that. Don't quote me. But I think that's the temperature that you can start feeding normal food.
Get some good videos of that.
Yes. Fish Fanatics and Gents got an MBU puffer and an 8-foot tank with hundreds of neons and guppies. Got 8 adult discus and another 7-foot tank. Do you think I can put the discus and the MBU together? That is a gamble every which way you look at it. We have an MBU puffer we can't put nothing in with. We had Pittsburgh close to 30 inches.
He was a Mabu puffer, and he was
anything
could go in with him. We actually got Lavaca for Pittsburgh because he's getting so old. We figured we'd give him a girlfriend before his time was to pass. And we put her in there, and she tore him up, almost killed him. It took us about 2 months of recovery to get him back to tip-top shape. And, he died about 8 months later of old age because he's already... Mabu puffers have 10 to 12 years life expectancy. We got Pittsburgh, he was 18, and he was like 28 inches, 30 inches, something like that. And then we had him for 2 more years. So it wasn't long before, we equated him as a 95-year-old man walking with a cane. He was just really old,
All right. I'm not going to read it out loud, but Doogie, that comment was pretty funny.
That was a good one.
And we got Koi Life. What's the largest Zangu bass you have ever seen? Have a mate with a 28-incher and just wondered if they can still get bigger. That would probably be the biggest Zangu I've heard of. The only ones I've seen larger than that would be the Temensis, and I've seen them as far as 34 inches.
We have one right now at 30 inches.
Yep.
DJ System with another $5 super chat. This time he says, would like to know if you have a Paku to give up or sell?
I actually
course.
do. We will gladly give them to you if you have the right
Free of
tanks
charge.
set up. We actually have
For the right setup.
like a 13-incher, and then we have a larger one that's like 24 inches. But
Depending on your setup.
So if you want the smaller one, you can have them. If you have a system big enough for the big one, you are welcome to them. If you need tips on transport, you can just get a hold of us, and we will make sure we set you up and get you all taken care of. Just go ahead and message myself or him, and we'll get you going, bud.
I like Doogie's thing.
Yeah, that's what we were laughing at.
Oh my goodness. I had to go back and look because you guys were saying something about it.
OFR, any thought on the news of Price's Phillips death in England today?
Yeah, the prince died. Prince of England or that
I didn't
guy.
Oh, really?
Prince Philip.
Prince Philip died?
99 today. He died today. He was 99 years old.
Did not hear anything about it.
I'd say
Sorry,
he had
guys.
a
You had a wonderful life.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I'd be happy if I could live to 2/3 of that.
My dad's 88 right now, and he's had a long life. Your mom died last year at 48, was it?
Yeah.
And she's been in a coma since. So Prince Philip lived twice her lifetime. We're trying to bring her back now, and she's made great progress. But if she don't make it, he's lived twice her life. So
Right.
he's had a great life, and you can't say nothing about it.
Yeah.
We have Ange for $15 at hashtag Team Tracy, hashtag OFR Rocks. Happy to see you are well, Will Star.
Oh,
Thanks, Ange.
that's how you go talk to your ex-husband.
Oh my God. What is
You guys were all lovey-dovey, and then you lost touch. Come on. And you got to come visit your Will Star.
Mark Fenton for $5 said Will Star times 6.
There we go, Mark. That's my man right there.
All right, Bear Zombie for $5 said, how is Big Rich and the fam doing? Love the show, guys. Keep it up. I'd say
Well,
we're
thank
doing
you.
pretty good.
We're doing really good. You know, we're handling life as it's shoved down our throat. You know, we're taking care of the Tracy thing. We're taking care of the fish rescue thing, and then we're handling real life. You know, which we have to do to make money and anything. So I mean, it's all balancing out. For a while there, me and Josh were at each other's throats because there was just too much thrown and bestowed upon us. You know, and we were getting aggravated with each other. We've learned to get past that now, and we're getting along just great now, and everything's back to hunky dory. And you know, we figured out how to, you know, succeed.
Once they get past those things, these guys are like a super team. I mean, literally, you guys are.
Well, thank you.
Like,
Will Star should have.
there's nothing. Yeah.
Don't make me put the hood back on.
Who are you talking to? Hey, we got a super chat from Eric Heddage here. He says,
For $10.
look forward to coming down next Friday, the Friday after next.
Oh, nice.
Be in touch this weekend. Good to see you, Will Star. Will Star, Will Star. We have lots of goodies to bring down. That's Lavaca's parents.
Did he say Will Star?
He said Will Star.
Like 17 times.
That's Miss Saucy's, where we got Miss Saucy from. We had we rescued her. We got video. Saucy. Miss Saucy. So, yeah, Eric's a good dude. And the whole family.
We have Mark Fenton for $3 and gave a little thumbs up sticker. So thanks, buddy.
Good job.
All right, Will Star lost some weight.
Yeah, I haven't been eating a lot, man. You guys, I don't need to bore you with it. Just, I'm doing better.
All right. Everyone keeps asking about the King of DUI podcast. It went well. We've answered it
Had a
multiple
great
times.
time.
It'll be out April 15th. So
15th. Yes,
stay
we will.
tuned. We will
Definitely
post it all
promote
over. Where was Will Star? Under the porch? Well, we
When you guys kidnapping?
if you guys did not sign on and see the beginning, once this airs, you have to go back and watch the beginning.
You have to
It
watch
was-
the beginning.
It was absolutely
We
hilarious.
had to actually go to his house, kidnap him, tie him up, duct tape his mouth, put a hood on him, and bring him here. And then he finally showed up.
Question. I've always wondered if the little shack koi will ever grow to full size. The small ones that are still an inch, I have no idea. But there's some out there that are closing in on 10 inches or so. So they're all over the place.
Yeah. I got a call today from somebody that was interested in just getting, the shack koi babies. And I was like, listen, I've told 1,000 people this, and this is what's going to happen. We're waiting for Tracy to wake up out of her, coma vegetative state so that she can pick out the shack koi that she likes, and then we will give out the rest. Or maybe even have a benefit where we sell them for $10 a piece. But if anyone don't want to pay $10 for a 1 foot shack koi that the parents were at 36 inches and were $1,000 a piece, then you're crazy. But we do that for a benefit for the rescue because we've got several hundred of them, and sell them off, $10 a piece or something like that, and it'll be a benefit, and we'll help out the rescue at that point. But you'll get a one-of-a-kind Shaquille O'Neal koi that he bought, and they were $1,000 a piece, good quality, big, huge 36-inch koi. We had their babies. Shaquille O'Neal don't even have these babies. I had them here while holding his fish for him until he got home, and then we had to drive his fish to Georgia. So these are special babies. So, we're going to wait for Tracy to come out of her vegetative state and pick out what she wants, and the rest we can go ahead and do a benefit.
655. All right, we got B. Risenberg asking how I'm feeling after my wisdom teeth are out. Just peachy.
Just peachy.
Yes, ma'am.
The first day was rough. And the day he came home, oh my God, it was so funny. It was so funny. This is what it was like talking to Josh. This was so funny. Oh my God, I got to do this. Okay, here we go. Now this is going to make my mouth so dry.
Be careful with that roll of toilet paper over there.
You stop it. I'm not trying to drink it.
Doesn't have any liquid.
All right, but this is Josh, okay? That my fucking hurt.
Yeah, it does hurt.
I couldn't understand him for the life of me. He just had all this cotton packed in his mouth, and oh my God, it was funny. And he wasn't with it. He was kind of loopy and stuff. All right, Melissa Light says, "We love you, Tracy." Aw, it sends hearts.
Got Anthony Norris for $5. Who is Willstar? I feel like I knew Willstar. Did Willstar do behind the scenes? I think Willstar did behind the scenes.
I don't think so.
No.
Who's Willstar?
I don't know. Some dude.
I remember almost relying on somebody, and then they disappeared on me.
Yeah.
Was that it? Is that guy? Is that guy?
Guess that's him.
I'll be right back.
All right. Let me see what else here we got. Oh, Russell Lamont says how the King of DIY interview go. That went really well. We had a good time. It was a 2-hour-long interview.
Wow.
And he even said to us it was his best interview yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
King of DIY. Hey, I got a slow-mo of Brutus feeding in the video coming up whenever, you.
Do I have to talk to you in slow motion?
No, it's all set up, man. Everybody's been asking for the video of Brutus eating in slow motion. You got it. Yes, you got it. I also did a little side-by-side with the Hubert, how his scar has healed up from the first day that we picked him up. I put a picture right next to it. You can see the huge improvement.
I saw that. That was pretty good.
You guys can see the huge improvement.
Is there any fish, Mr. Jinx says, that you wouldn't keep, and why? There has been nothing that we've run across yet that we
illegal
haven't
ones.
Illegal fish. Now we have from the Department of Agriculture. We have a 72-hour window. We can take in any illegal fish. Let's say a snakehead. Let's say alligator snapping turtle. An alligator, 7-foot alligator. We can take them in, but we have to contact them, and they will give us a list of places we can take them to, and we've got 72 hours. We can enjoy them and deliver them to their destination. We're not allowed to keep illegal substances.
No.
Illegal animals here. So we're working on that permit, because it would be nice to have a really nice snakehead, exhibit, things that people aren't allowed to have, and you can really see how big they get and all this kind of stuff. But, okay, let's move on. So Juice Junkie says, so what actually happened to Willstar, if you don't mind me asking?
You guys want me to?
Go for it.
I don't want to bore everybody, but I suffer from a thing called occipital neuralgia. The back of my
Can you say that one more time?
Occipital neuralgia. I've said it millions of times, man. I have an issue the base of my skull where my spine comes up there, and they think it's from an arthritic condition from playing so many sports growing up. That's why I got the nickname. But anyway, the bones tighten up in there. It gets real tight, and it presses down on a nerve. And the whole side of my brain feels like it's getting torn in half, and it comes up to my eyeball, and like tear, stab, and it goes on for hours. And it's been going on for like 3 months now. And literally, I'm at home sitting like this, guys, for like hours, like waiting for the pain medication to kick in. But I've been getting injections, and it's helping. And on the 13th, the day after my birthday, I'm going to get a more involved procedure where they're going to shoot dye in the back of my neck back there, where they can put the needle in closer to those nerves and like try to take care of it.
So, see a better picture through the...
Yeah, so that's what's been going on with me. I haven't been eating. As you guys see, I lost a lot of weight. Just been rough, but I'm glad to be back. You know, it's good to be out of the house and doing stuff, so thank God I'm here. I miss everybody here, and I'm sorry I haven't been here. Reaper, though, has been doing a great job, and he's a legend, you know what I mean? So thank God for Reaper, man. I mean, he's a blessing.
Cheers to you, Will Star.
So that's what's been going on with me, guys.
We got
no JL, none of that, you know?
We got Miss Metalhead Prime for $5. Did Will Star pull all of Big Rich's facial hair off during the
Yes! Yes, he was kicking and screaming and pulling hair. I lost I think 12 inches off of my hair. You know, it's all on his bed because we caught him in his bed holding his head. You know, so
I'm like this.
He pulled off my mustache, my motorcycle handlebars. He pulled them off.
That's funny.
All right, let me see what else we got here.
Yes, I'm glad I'm doing better too. You know, I wouldn't wish what I go through on my worst enemy. I swear to God, I wouldn't. It sucks, but you know, what doesn't kill us makes us stronger, right? So, getting through it.
Donnie Ellett says, "Glad you're doing well." This Metalhead Prime, holy cow! I just noticed that. Good eye. I don't know what that. Oh yeah, Biden user didn't notice my handlebars was gone. I'm starting my first pool pond. What do you recommend as a good starter? Monster fish from DO420. Well, pool ponds are different. You can't have alligator gars because they come up to their food and they hit sideways and put holes in things. You can't have pacu. They eat the seams and the flaps of plastic sticking up where they're joined together. They eat them. You can't have ripsaw catfish or nigers or terashuki because they have the spikes down their side. They hide along the wall, and when you startle them, they swap their tail and leave an 8-inch, hole in the side of your pool. So you got to be careful on a lot of fish. You can have Arowanas if you have netting around the side in case they jump. Then they can fall back in. You can have stuff like, community fish, like big tinfoil barbs, flag tails, stuff like that. That's all good. You can have cichlids. You can have a whole pool full of cichlids. Won't bother your pool at all. You'll never get a leak. Any other fish?
I don't even know what the question is.
Fish that will not poke holes in pools.
All soft-bodied
stingrays,
fish, clown knives.
Clown knives are good.
Barbs, stuff like that. Eels, lungfish.
Yeah, all of them work.
So let me ask a question. You guys said the illegal fish, some of them you would like to have. Would you like to have an Asian Arowana? Would that be top of your list?
Oh my God! There's so many different Asian Arowanas we want.
Man, those things. But is there something else besides an Asian Arowana that would be top of your list, or would?
Wells cat.
Wells cat, huh?
Giant snakehead.
Giant snakehead.
Or Chanabarca.
Gotcha, man.
That's
Those
about
Asian
it.
Arowanas are. I saw some of them on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys already get this one?
We're right here.
Nope. That's the last one.
Okay, we have Lorecan96 for $5. Said, any advice on quarantine systems? Just set one up, and any advice would be a great help.
I'll let you take that.
Well, the whole point of doing a quarantine system is just to make sure that the fish are up to health. There's no disease that you're adding into your main system.
Not introducing anything to your main system.
So I would say, do it about 3 weeks. What we normally do, we'll take the fish in, we'll watch it for a few days. If something bad starts happening, then we'll do a dose of bacterial or fungal or do antibiotics.
See, it's nice if you can see a problem with a new fish, but a lot of times fish come in, you don't see a problem, and there is a problem that they can pass on to your other fish. So we dose for 3 weeks, a week of bacterial, a week of fungal, and a week of parasitic. And once they pass all 3 of them, and they still look fine, we then acclimate them to our water.
And another thing I would add in there is when you're doing water changes, we're fortunate enough that we use our system water. So every time we do a water change, we're changing it with our system water. So they're kind of getting acclimated to the water that they're going to be put into. So they're getting used to the pH levels, all the KH hardness, stuff like that normal people don't really think about, but it could have an adverse effect on the fish itself. Say if they're used to being in a tank closer to 7.8 pH, and now it's going into one that's 6.8, you do that big of a jump, you're going to have a very bad experience. So
he's going to release a lot of sicknesses. He's going to have problems. Yes.
Even a healthy fish will. Go ahead.
We got Roger Dillon in the house. What's up, Roger? Well, for $5, he says, "Zup, bro. Her breath is nasty."
You sound just like him.
Wait for the parodies, fellas. I'm telling you guys. I got you.
You also skipped 2, so I'm gonna catch us up
All
here
right,
because
us up.
Will Star's bad at his job.
Yeah.
He doesn't show up for 3 months.
He hasn't been here for a long time. He don't remember the job.
We got Jim Sheasley for $5. Said lady gave me a 7-inch Flowerhorn, put him in the 220, got beat up by Paku, pulled him, put in a 90 African Cichlid. Will he be okay or will he kill his mates? That is up to the fish themselves. I've had Flowerhorns in with the community, and I've also had Flowerhorns that are this big and they try and kill anything you put in there.
We had 2 Flowerhorns, a male and a female, this big, and we put them into a 110, and the male killed the female. Or no, the female killed the male.
Yes, and the male was bigger.
Yeah. So you never
Overnight.
can tell. You have to watch your fish. And I'm sorry that I can't give you any kind of inside sneaky tricks. There is none. It's each fish is individual. There's a general rule with cichlids. There's a general rule with flowerhorns, this and that. But, I've got a buddy. It's got 1 male and 3 females in a 90-gallon, and they're huge. And they live just fine. I have a little 3-inch female.
Oh, you have a little 3-incher?
Stop it. I have a little 3-inch female that killed a 4-inch male with a big...
I couldn't pass that one up. I'm sorry.
You stop
That
it.
was too easy.
All right, we have Metalhead
You're
Prime.
fired. You're fired. Just go now.
We have Metalhead Prime for $5. Said, good to see Will Star. Will Star.
In the house.
Rock on.
You guys should be drunk by now.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Nate Smith said, can you do a real life live stream inside the pool? No, because our computer's inside. We'd have to take all this equipment out there.
We can do one by the phone. Like, SC does it. Like,
and then he's
Lucas
going to
Press
call.
Yeah, and then someone call you like, hey, you remember that?
Right.
Got you back, son.
Yeah, it'll be SC Aquatic Steven that calls us and, it don't work good, does it?
I like it now.
K-Stu says, gotta love all the new trolls. Yes, exactly, K-Stu.
Any advice on mullets, Big Rich? Any future plans with the mullet?
Mullets.
Oh, jeez,
From
I don't know
Augustin
what you're
Ortiz.
talking about.
You use a special shampoo?
I actually just entered into a mullet contest.
For geezers?
He said for geezers.
Geezers.
Okay. If I win that $500,
I will not call you a geezer no more.
I have just entered into the top 6.
Oh, yeah.
And they asked us today to do a new picture of your mullet. So I had Reaper take a bunch of pictures, like 30 of them, and I'm choosing between them pictures to give them because I'm in the top 6 for the mullet contest. And, it's across the United States. And if I win, I get the 500. But there's second place and third place, too. I have the longest mullet, but sometimes mullets win more when they're bald-headed on the side and then spiked hair up top and then long hair in the back. So you can't tell that I'll win because I have the longest hair. That don't always win the mullet contest,
Good question.
Chris Strotter says, hey, Ohio Fish Rescue. Now that Will Star's back, can we please start to learn salt, eh?
There we go. I'm pushing it. I'm pushing it.
All right, we got Richard Maloney for $5. He said, at work, miss you guys.
Richard, we miss you, brother.
Von Yinzer said that 3-inch got the job done. You're staring at it.
What's the 30-inch?
The 3-inch?
3-inch.
No, 3-inch. You said 30-inch.
No, he said the 3-inch got the job done. I said,
yeah, it made
you're
this
staring
guy.
at it.
Now, why are they thinking I got a 3-incher? That's a bull right there. You know? No, I walked into that strip club and I picked out the hottest woman there.
Right.
You know, and boom.
Colin, you got Colin.
We're moving on. Go ahead, Will.
Colin Doyle for $10 here says, did you know Greg DuPont guy has a big turtle?
Oh, you stop it. I don't want to hear it no more.
Hilarious guys. Will star, will star, will star. Colin.
God.
Yeah. Great night.
Great.
Just saying.
Let's not go bring back up the turtle episode.
Sorry, Melissa. I didn't.
That was pretty
Set up, Melissa. My bad.
All right.
Reefing for Life says it's not the length, it's the girth that counts. Well, you know.
We got Doogie said, damn, this is getting as funny as the turtle episode. All right, we got Roger Dillon. For $5 said Rich has a 3-inch. Josh, why aren't you in Illyria anymore? Story. She was crazy. I found a new one, and she's pretty great.
What's this Illyria thing?
Some chick I was going out with out there.
I do not remember this.
Yeah, you do. Well,
John is
save
off.
that.
Josh is off the market now.
Yes, I am.
Yes, he's found a hot little blonde that's such a sweetheart, such a nice girl.
I forgot Melissa.
Yeah, she's. You guys, Josh he's done for.
You'll see her soon.
He's happy. So sorry, ladies.
You'll see her on some videos soon. That comment made me laugh.
There is a video of her already, but you know we will. We'll
What
let
comment?
you. We'll let you.
No, this comment.
Which one?
All right. I'm not gonna read
You
it.
gonna read it? Who said it?
I'm not gonna tell you. You'll read it. It's at the bottom. All right. Yes, the Tracy update. It's been past 7. We forgot about it. Tracy update.
Okay.
Let's get to it.
Yep.
Guys, Tracy, y'all know her, y'all love her. Hashtag Team Tracy.
Koi Queen.
The Koi Queen, yes. This week we had a problem with her. She had a very high blood pressure. It was 229 over like 99 or something like that.
It was one nut number away from like you can have a stroke. It was
bad. It was way up into the stroke period, but she had a temperature of 100.7, and at 101 the doctor told me I have to send her into the hospital. So she was 100.7. We covered her in ice, did everything we could. We took ice and put it into towels and put it under her armpits, behind her neck, on her back, between her legs, and we brought her temperature down and broke her temperature. But the next day she had such high blood pressure, it was 220 something and over 99 or something like that. It was ridiculous. And the doctor, I did not want her to go to the hospital because every time she goes to the hospital they change her food, so then she has a week long of diarrhea. They stop her narcolepsy medicine for about 4 or 5 days until they get the okay to give her the narcolepsy medicine, and that sends her into a 3-month delusional period. So I'm so worried, I can't send her to the hospital. Is there anything I can do, doctor? The doctor said if we can get this blood pressure down, he'd give us some medicine for blood pressure and all that kind of stuff. And I found out that every time that we flopped her around changing her, not a diaper, what's it called? A pad, not a pad. Come on.
Bedding?
No, her diaper.
Yeah, there was a name for it. I forgot it.
Dang it! I had the name ready too. Anyways, anytime we'd flop around changing her or setting her up, she would get a high blood pressure. So what we did was we started taking her blood pressure when she's still laying at 30 degrees angled, because that's the least amount the doctor wants, because she can aspirate if she's under 30 In other words, the liquid food that we give her in her belly can come up and aspirate into her lungs, and then she gets pneumonia and all that kind of stuff. So we have to keep her at 30 degrees all the time. But when we sit her upright, almost at 90 degree, she gets really high blood pressure. So now we've kept her at the 30 degrees. We measure her, before we mess with her, and we've got it down to about the 180s over 79, 85-ish. And they gave us some blood pressure medicine, and today was the first day she's taking it, and it seems to be working. It's bringing it down, and she's doing good like that. But me and the nurse went through a bunch of her clothes today, and we brought out a bunch of clothes that's going to be easy for us to, change her top and this and that. And
was it a nappy?
What?
Nappy.
That was a name for it.
I don't know what she's talking about. Anyway, half the time I don't understand this guy. We got out some new tops for her and
Who
stuff.
understands those fish guys?
Right. So she's been doing, really good, and she's wearing new clothes and sitting, uprightish. We've got her wound on her back has been closed for like a month now, and we don't hardly keep her on her back. On her sides is where we a little on her side, a lot on her side, a little on her side, a lot on her side, and then only at 7 o'clock in the morning when I do the most work to her, I have to change her neck pad, her belly pad. I have to, change her HME and all these different, things that I have to do all morning long. I do at 7 o'clock in the morning, and that's the only time she's on her back, so that we do not reopen this, back bed sore. I mean, there's a scar back there. It's all white and tissue looking, but we've noticed that when we were having her on her back, it would fill up with like fluid, and it was, you could push it and it would, spring back out, and it was like a ½ inch of fluid on her back, looked like a lump. So we've been keeping her off of her back, and it's been doing great. She's not having no problems with it, and so all that's doing good. We've got her, clothes for her, so I've got a bunch of shirts that I cut the back out of that I can just put over her now, and it's easy to change them and stuff like that. She's doing really good. She's today she was very content and happy looking, and you can tell when she's mad. She's all red faced and she's hot. Her face gets red. She has this look on her face like ugh. But she's very content today and happy. And, I'm much happier with her. We had a doctor here this morning, showed up at the house, took her blood labs and all that kind of stuff. And I'm thinking, we're on top of the game. We're doing good. I don't see any more, like, what do you call that she's been doing? She keeps moving.
Aspirating?
No, she keeps moving forward every couple of weeks.
Progressing.
I haven't seen no more progressing this week, but we can read her face now. She lets us know when she's unhappy. She lets us know when she's too hot, and I've got all them fish things. The thing that goes into a fish room tells you the humidity and the temperature. I've got that, on her chest. And then I've got one of the fish temperature gauges under her armpit, and lets us, keep a 24-hour notice on her temperature. And we've got this handled very well to where we can maintain her and keep her happy. So I haven't seen no more changes with more blinking or anything like that. She is blinking twice when you ask her, but it's on it's not coherent. Like, I can ask her to blink her eyes twice and she'll do it. And I ask her to do it again and she'll do it. But if I ask her if she wants to be a, big hairy gorilla, she'll blink twice, I think she learned a new trick, and it's not coherent yet. Now, as soon as she's coherent with these questions and her answers, then we can move her from the vegetative state up to the minimally conscious. And she's at the top of the vegetative state, waiting to move on to the next state. That's where we're at right now. but she's living a very content and happy life where she's not aggravated all the time. Me and the nurses are we've got her dialed in. We know when she's content. We can tell, and I let her listen to the radio, the TV. She's doing good. So that's about as much as I can tell you on this. I'm happy with her progress. She's doing good.
All right, we got Roger Dillon for another $5. He said, "We'll star sweet, we'll star cool, we'll star make them fish girls drool."
Roger.
Roger. Oh,
shut up, Roger.
That was great. That was great. Oh man. All right. We got Jim Sheasley for $5. He said, "Go Team Tracy."
Yes. Thank you, Jim.
All right, we got one more from Adam Jassian for $5. Said, "Stay strong, guys. Things will get better."
Yes, I believe that 100%.
Here's to you, bud. All right.
Zingarasog says, "What causes infliction to Tracy? If you look back on the videos, there is a video that says tragedy strikes, and it will explain everything. She originally had a cardiac arrest and died in my arms. So you can go and look back at that video, and it'll tell you the whole thing. It's a tearjerker, though."
Chris Trottier said, "Update your Amazon wish list."
They keep saying it looks like I'm going to fall in the pool. When I lean back, so whoa!
All right, let's. Do you have any opinions on Vulture catfish? I'm considering getting one for my 300-gallon.
I love
them. I have a mixed opinion on them, all right? And here's why. We had one, he was about 2 foot. Best catfish ever. Looks awesome. He's a scavenger. He doesn't really get big, doesn't have a huge mouth. He's not going to have to worry about him eating a lot of things in your tank. Great fish, right? Awesome. Sweet. Had him for like 8 years before he ended up passing away. Then we got another vulture cat. Actually, we got 2 of them that were this big. One ate the other one in half. And this thing was just a rabid killer. He'd try and eat everything and just go up and bite it. So we ended up, getting rid of him. And we got another one that we rescued about 16 inches. Same thing. He went in there, and they're naturally scavengers down in South America. So you'll put, a carcass in the water, and you'll have 20 or 30 vulture cats come up, start eating it, and they'll take the carcass and throw them into their bin, and that's how they harvest the vulture cats down there in the Amazon. It's actually pretty neat, but that instinct is always with them. So sometimes you can get a good vulture cat that leaves everyone alone. Sometimes you might get one with a little bit of loose screws back here, like my buddy Willstar.
Did you say Willstar?
Yes, I did.
Consumed twice, guys.
But you know what? It doesn't matter how much you feed them, because I kept these things fat as can be, and they still
all of our fish are
turned
fat
out.
as can be, and they still turned, yeah.
So take it for what you will, but I hope that answered your question.
Vulture catfish are very nice, awesome fish, but they have individual, just like any other fish, personalities, and they have the ability to really kill other fish. That's on your own, you have to do this on your own accord. Anyways, we have Michelle Rogers. She says, "Hi, Big Rich. This is really excellent nursing you are providing. Great observations and interpreting Tracy's needs. It is my heartfelt prayer that she makes a full recovery." Aw, thank you, Michelle. That's awesome of you. Appreciate it.
Matt Reed said, "Will we ever get to see Drunk Rich again? I think that was my favorite stream."
I look so stupid and dumb. I never want to see Drunk Rich, okay? We have fun, yes. You can make fun of me, yes, okay. But that has just taught me not to be that way no more, I was getting too used to hanging out with you guys on Friday and just drinking and having a good time. But you know what? I can't really do that because I still have to do 16-hour shifts every single night. The nurses are here. One is here 4 days in a row, and the other one's here the other day. We got nurses for 5 days during the week, 8 to 4 in the afternoon. then I have to take care of them from 4. I have to take care of Tracy from 4 o'clock in the afternoon until 8 o'clock at night. Then from 8 o'clock at night until 8 o'clock in the morning. So it's more than 16-hour shifts. Wait a minute. No, there's only 3 8-hour shifts in a 24-hour period.
Right.
So, yeah, I have to do a 16-hour shift every single night of the week. And then on weekends, I have a 24-hour shift Saturday and then a 24-hour shift Sunday. The only time I get to actually catch up my sleep is when the nurse comes here Monday morning. I can sleep in the morning. So, all you people, stop calling me on Monday mornings.
We got Jamer Tame for $20. Said, love the Tesla pond video, Rich. You are all the highlight of this cardiac nurse's day. I watch you guys faithfully every day. #OFR, #Team Tracy, and Will Star.
Wow. Well, you know what? It wasn't all just me on that video. Now, yeah, I put out a video, but Josh is coming up with the video with Joe from Their World Aquatics. And, you know, they're the ones that came in. You know, Joe came in. He's an electrician. He came in with his monitor, and he put the probes in and seen that, yes, he does put out a certain amount of, you know, electricity, and here's why it would work. And, you know, I put in the sign and then the power wire and the wires into the water, and it worked. So, you know, don't think that there's no theory behind that. Josh and Joe from Their World Aquatics are going to explain the whole theory of how this works, why this works, how this come about, and it will be coming up soon. What are you girls laughing at?
Nothing.
These little girls are giggling back here.
Bet you some of you guys out there caught it.
Oh, they had to.
Yeah.
All right, we have Lamb for $20. Said, welcome back, Will Star. Thanks to all the content Reaper is giving us.
Amen to that. Reaper is a legend. Thank you, Reaper. I if you're out there, thank you so much, bud.
Well, you know what's nice is, you know, Reaper, and, you know, I understand you had a medical reason. But, you know, I started the second channel on the of you know, there's the second channel, you can do this.
Yeah.
And then when you disappeared, it was left on me to make videos every other day.
Yeah.
And yeah, we couldn't get a hold of you, you're gone. Reaper stepped in and he took over, and I haven't had to do that work. That's great. More work on me that, you know. So Reaper's he's done a great job.
He is.
Now, he don't do as well as like thumbnails as you do. You were really into the thumbnails.
He's learning.
No, he does good video, and he's a great guy.
Yeah.
You do better thumbnails, but you know, he's learned a lot because he didn't even know the names of fishes when he started.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree.
He came in and, you know, but he's there all the time, so I don't have to do that job, which is nice. But you know,
yeah, he's doing a great job. I work most kudos to him, man. He's a hell of a job. I mean, there's nothing but love for Reaper, that's for sure.
Jamie Tame says, you're an amazing caregiver, Rich. Oh, thank you. Kat M says, Big Rich, you are an amazing man and husband for doing what you do for Tracy. Your love for her is very evident. It's amazing how much love and support you surround her with. #Team Tracy. I love that #Team Tracy. That warms my heart every time I hear it. That's just amazing. All right. Thank you, Kat M.
We got Roger Dillon for $5. Said, next week I would like to party. Josh, please make me stick to this. Saturday. Will Star. Ladies, get him. I think Roger might be partaking in some festivities right now.
He might be too.
He's been very active tonight, and I'm not mad about it. That to definitely miss you around, bud.
What the hell is that? All right, good. My bad.
All right.
Airplane mode, Will.
Roger was calling me. No, I'm joking.
I just lost my question. Dang.
What is this? Subculture Aquatic says we need to reunite the 4 horsemen. Josh, Will, Reap, and the Enforcer, and the Nature Boy, Rich Price. How am I the Nature Boy? That's Ric Flair. Woo!
That's right.
Woo!
Joe, is Reaper's Big Rich impersonation video coming?
Oh, they're doing it. Oh my goodness, they're plotting against me, guys. Laura Kumestead says, "I hope you're not upset at Will Stop." No, of course not.
No.
We're a big happy family.
Yeah,
you stop that.
Nothing like that at all.
How big will Brutus get in the pool? I have no idea, but I'm trying to get him over 9 feet and break some captive records.
We're getting him over 12 feet.
I'm trying to break the captive record. He's 5.5 foot, and he's not even.
He's 2 years old.
He's going to be 3 in August.
Yeah.
Now we have B-Type 13X2 for $10. Said started my own 2,000-gallon build the other day. Remembered what Josh said about concrete. Got it checked. I'm all good. I can't wait to see how I screw this up. Well,
don't think like that. Positive thoughts. Positive thoughts. You got this. Get it done, son.
And if you need any sort of tips, you can feel free to reach out.
Yeah, reach out to us.
We'll help you to answer any questions. With Jim Sheasley for $5, he said, had fun chasing Diesel in the backyard.
Oh my God. I didn't tell you about this, Josh.
Yeah, you told me.
I did?
Yeah. You didn't tell them, though.
Yeah, you didn't tell me, any of us.
I go outside, and I got Diesel. We usually let him run loose in the pool room, right? So Jim's over, and he's got his mom and, a couple of, neighbors or best friends or something like that. And we go out into the back deck. I'm thinking they'll just close the door. Shoot! There goes Diesel running past me on the deck. I'm like, Diesel! And he's like, and he just kept on running. He didn't even stop. And off the deck he went and out into the backyard, all the way over to the river. I'm like, oh my God, we're never going to catch him. He's going to play that game where you get close enough and then he'll run 20 more feet. You get close enough, he'll run 20 more feet. And I'm like, oh, Josh is going to kill me. I'm never catching this dog. And we went out there and started trudging through the backyard and all the way over to the river. And here comes Jim Sheasley, and I'm looking for Diesel. I'm like, where's he at? Where's he at? Jim comes walking up carrying him. He came right up to me.
Whenever Diesel runs away, all you got to do is crouch on the floor and go, come here, buddy. He'll come running up and want to jump in your arms.
I was amazed because I was he was gone.
He was gone.
He's like,
yeah, he's fast.
He was flying out the fish room door yesterday. I'm like, Diesel.
Yeah.
He looks back at me doing his little stance, wanting to play. I'm like, I just crouched down and said, come here, buddy. He run right up into my arms.
Nice. Okay.
All right,
I'll remember that.
We have Liz Dredgney. Gotcha, girl. For $10, she said, hey, Josh, can we talk about heaters? My room temp is 72 in winter and 77 in summer. All heaters and 20 tanks are set to 78. How does my water get up to 80 or down to 76? I don't get it.
Because heaters are...
Josh. Stay in your lane there, buddy. So with heaters...
That's my friend. I've known her for 40 years.
HJOSH.
There is basically a thermatic controller in there, so it's not going to stay at 78 and 78 only. It might heat up, it might get up to 80 or 81, and it might fall back down, and it's going to come down to 78. It might fall back down to 76 before it kicks back on. So you're going to have a window of temperatures, like a temperature range, that your tanks are always going to stay to. So if you put it up on 80, it might get up to 82 or 83 before it kicks off. Depends on the tank size, how powerful of a heater you got. All right, I know you're dying to say something.
He wants to jump in.
I'm not saying nothing. What brand of heater?
A lot of things go into it. It's not just one thing.
Right.
All right.
I think he handled that very well.
Yeah.
Liz? See, I knew her like 35, 40 years ago, whenever it was, when I met Benita. Remember that? That was, how old was Richard? 33?
Something like that.
So it was 34, 35 years ago, I knew Liz. And I haven't talked to her for 34 years. Now she's part of the rescue, and she's like, I know you from somewhere. And she didn't figure it out until I brought up Benita's pictures. She's like, oh yeah, that's how I know you.
That video we made, right?
All right. Yeah.
The video you made, yeah.
We got Ange for $5. She sent in a little sticker of Will Star here.
What?
Round of applause.
And your wife is loving you, bro.
It was just a
Hey,
sticker.
how you doing, sweetheart?
All right.
All is well.
Wait, Ange, did he tell you he had a headache too? Because that's what he used on us.
All right, we got Jim Sheasley. He sent in another $5. He didn't say anything.
Aw, Jim. You got to stop it, bro. Thank you very much. Jim Sheasley's the man.
Sammy Davis Jr. said, Big Rich, ever consider growing in a beard?
Thought about it, but, it's just too itchy, this and that. I shaved it all off today. I just got the little mustache. I don't even have the handlebars. And, I've got red spots where beard is growing through the skin. The skin wanted to close up over it. It's not used to being shaved there.
All right, we got Roger Dillon for $5. Says, I miss you dudes. Brutus will break records. Just have to block Rod. I'm centered now and ready to see my homies. All right, so thing is with Rod's fish, they are already like 7 years old and they're just over 6 foot. Now Brutus is 2.5. He's at 5.5. So if you keep
we're gonna be passing Rod.
That's the goal. So his right now are getting thick. They're massive.
Yeah.
They're huge. They're getting their nice coloring in, but they've sort of slowed down on the whole length process. I think with Brutus, he's so in a big enclosure. He's stretched out. He's young. He's still got all them growth hormones, and he's wanting to grow quick. He's got ample food. He's got pellets, which he doesn't really like shrimp and tilapia or like pollock, but he will eat other types of meat. So he's got that, but he loves his pellets. He gets fed several times a day.
20 times a day. Every time I walk by, he's food. That's Brutus.
All right, we got Adam Jassian for $5. Didn't say anything, so thanks, buddy.
Wait a minute. Roger said, I miss you dudes. Brutus will break records. Just have to block Rod?
Yeah, with the growing out the arapaimas.
But why's he got to block Rod?
Friendly competition. All right.
Wow, okay.
So we have Dakota Holcomb for $5. And speaking of Brutus, if you're ever in the Omaha area, check out the Henry Dorley Zoo and Aquarium, ranked #1, and has 10 or so massive arapaima.
Really?
Those
Nice.
are actually believed to be some of the largest in captivity in the United States. So
Nice.
I'm coming after their title.
I'd like to just go there and visit.
We have Gravy Davy for $5, and I'm late. What's the drinking word? Will Star!
This guy
Wait,
right here.
did we mention the drinking word was Will Star?
Drink
Wait,
up.
that's Will Star, but Will Star is the drinking word. Now, Josh, what's his name?
Will Star.
And what's the drinking word?
Will
Will
stop.
Star.
That's like 20 drinks. Come on.
Cheers,
All right.
everybody.
And just for everyone who might be signing in, once this stream is over, you guys have to shut it down, rewatch the beginning. Because
You gotta
we give
watch
you a
the
little
beginning.
treat. It's hilarious.
Somebody asked me if I better not say that one. Go ahead.
Sammy Davis Jr. says, what's the dimensions of the pool pond? That is 50 by 25 by 12 foot. And then we've got it filled up to about 7 foot deep of the aquascape
Aqua blocks and all the gravel, and then it's 3 foot in the
ecosystem
shallow
filtration.
Wetland.
Okay. Wetlands filtration. Now it's about 7 foot deep, but it's still full of water, but it filters from underneath the gravel.
We got my boy Colin Doyle for $5. He said, Will Star, Will Star, Will Star.
My man Coyle.
Nice.
Colin Doyle. I said my man Coyle. Colin Doyle.
All right. I passed my question. Gentleman Jensen, hey, I just got back from being in Missouri the past couple of months, helping my cousin with her land. How have you guys and Tracy been? We've been great. Thanks for asking.
Appreciate it.
The one side lung says, have you guys seen Blake's Exotic Animal Ranch recent video about his arapaima and it attacking other fish? Do you think that could be from too small of a pond? No, absolutely not. sometimes when you get fish like that, they develop an attitude, just like our boy Brutus. We can't have other arapaimas in that pond.
My God. Do you guys remember a while back, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but we had another arapaima in there. It was about 2.5 foot, 30 inches, and we decided he was big enough to go in with Brutus. We put him in there. Everything was fine. We watched him for about 3-4 hours, and then we turned out the lights, went to sleep, woke up in the morning. This is before the Tracy thing happened. Woke up in the morning at 7 o'clock in the morning, and this 30-inch arapaima was laying with his tail down, his mouth at the top of the water, and was beat up. Brutus killed him, basically. We took him, put him back in the pond with the stingrays, and he died later that day. That was not Brutus, but
Bruiser.
That was Bruiser. And Brutus killed him. So now we have a arapaima in the stingray pond now, and he hides behind the wet-dry filter, and he's about, 28 inches?
Yeah, just about.
We're going to wait until he gets bigger, way bigger, before we introduce him in with Brutus. Now, other people have, 8, 9, 10, arapaimas together. Rod has 2 together. But we cannot put nothing in with Brutus. He tries killing them. So, there's your question. There's your answer.
All right. More questions. Read that one. I'm catching up here.
Okay, the whole thing about Blake's Exotic Animal Ranch and his arapaima attacking
Oh,
other
yeah,
fish,
that's where I was at.
that is because he's not feeding it enough, I think. Because arapaima will not bother nobody if they're not hungry. Brutus is not hungry. He don't bother nobody. He did attack other arapaimas at nighttime. That wasn't a hunger thing, But during the daytime, he don't bother nobody. He does not go after anybody, and he just eats pellets all day long. And then we feed him, the protein at night, whether it be tilapia or shrimp or, we're going to try chicken now. But, he eats all that kind of stuff and fills up. So he don't really attack anybody else because they're hungry. In Blake's situation, I think it's maybe a little bit hungriness, and he's attacking other fish trying to eat them.
All right, we have Chaz Freak Show. So some of the koi in the backyard pond are huge. How big is the largest?
I'd say 32 inches, 34.
If you're counting from tip to tail, yeah, about 34.
34 inches, yep. They're huge. They're big.
We got Colin Doyle for $5. Says, is it just mine or do all Frontosa grow slow as hell? Mine's 5 years old and maybe
slow as hell.
Eats like a horse too. Sometimes you could just get bad genes because 4 inches for 5 years, that's a bit slow. It should be a little bit bigger, but they do grow slow. Would you guys travel to Canada to pick up fish? I have before, but it's kind of impractical right now. You got to go up there. You got to go through customs. So it's easier for the person in Canada to bring the fish down?
Well, you got to also understand, Josh is back at work, so he's gone 8 hours a day, and he cannot, leave when he gets home from work at 4:30 and then go up to Canada and be back in time and then still get up for work the next morning. And I don't want to say stuck here. I am basically here watching Tracy. So I cannot leave after 4 o'clock, and I'm here until 8 in the morning taking care of Tracy, suctioning her out every hour, repositioning her every 2 hours, feeding her every 4 hours. Changing her brief was the name. That's what we were looking for. Changing her brief every 4 to 6 hours. We cannot get away right now. So if you can bring it down, it'd be much, much better. And you can get the tour of the Ohio Fish Rescue.
All right, we got Roger Dillon for another $5. Said Rod has a few big boys. Sounds like Brutus for the win.
Yeah.
Big Rich, make that breath nasty.
What?
Must be an instant. I don't.
What does that mean?
We're going to move on.
He keeps saying it, so.
Marty Martel McCoy said, did you guys see that one Arapaima was really caught in Florida? This is something that's been going on for years, and it's just now in the headlines.
No, you guys got to understand. One Arapaima was in the headlines, and now it's freaking people out. 10 years ago when I was down there, they caught Arapaima in the canals. There is Arapaima all over Florida already. They're already an invasive species. They're already way overpopulated down there, and you can catch them fishing. So the one that got put on the news isn't news. I mean, it's just the public finding out about it. This has already happened years ago. Same thing with the reticulated pythons and the anacondas that are already down there and eating alligators and all that kind of crazy stuff. There are some crazy fish loose in Florida already.
All right, and we got our boy Jim Sheasley for another $5. Thanks, Jim.
Has anybody ever been able to breed Arapaimas in captivity? I mean,
that's what they say, but I don't believe it. I've not seen
We have heard it, and
proof.
we have seen that they have done this, but I haven't seen it with my own eyes. Now, there is a company in New York that sells Arapaima as Peruvian sea bass.
Really?
Okay? There's 7 different cuts on an Arapaima. His cheek muscles, back muscles, side muscles, tail muscles. These are all different flavored pieces of fish. And they sell them. We ask them, we want a 6 foot Arapaima. They're like, well, we want $1,500 for it. Why?
Yeah.
Because that's what we get by cutting them up and selling them in our restaurant.
Gotcha.
So they wanted, I think it was $700 for a baby, like 8 inches. It was ridiculous prices. And we're like, oh my God, doesn't people know? Don't people know this?
Yeah.
What you're doing, and they're just it's amazing. Look up Peruvian sea bass, and you'll see the company that, and they have these things. They're like 30,000 gallon tanks, and these fish are so thick you can almost walk on them.
Wow.
It's very bad, and they cut them up and serve them to people as Peruvian sea bass.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Now, is it easy to tell a male and a female apart? Like, can you get a male or a female to go with Brutus if Brutus happens to be a female? And
I mean, most of the time,
because you guys got that huge 58,000 gallons.
The only way you can tell, there's no definitive facts on how
well,
to
we
tell
can
a
throw
male from
you
a
in
female.
with Brutus, and
But it's like most of the time, the females grow larger, they get thicker, and the males typically tend to stay smaller. But there's no some fish you can tell by the fin, stuff like that.
Gotcha.
No, we got Roger Dillon for $5. Said Britt agreed to chicken and broccoli cheesy mac. Oh boy,
that's what. When Roger first came over here, he brought a dish from his wife, and we tore that up. That was so good. He's oh my God, he don't know how lucky he is having a woman that cooks for him at home. I'm a man that I have to take care of Tracy. I have to run the household. I have to take care of all the bills. I have to help make sure that you help too on all the chores get done. And he's sitting over there playing video games all day and then getting his food brought to him and cooked for him. And, what I'm saying? He don't know how lucky he is,
He's actually been back to work. So.
Oh, he's back to work now?
Yeah, he did that a few months ago.
I
He
did
was
not know
actually
that.
working out here in Strongsville, and he never stopped by. But moving on, Von Yinzer for $5 says, I keep hoping to see Reaper sneaking around in the Monster Pond background. Will star. Hashtag Team Tracy.
Reaper.
That would be great. He just creeping around in the background.
Dude, he does this. I was sitting there today, and I'm changing Tracy's brief, and I look up, and there's Reaper videoing me from the kitchen table. He can't see Tracy. It's from the back of her, But I'm like, what? Reap, say hi when you walk in. Something.
We need to get him some camouflage or a ghillie suit or something creeping around in the back. This camera.
Oh my goodness.
All right. How did you guys go about starting your rescue? I imagine it couldn't have been cheap.
Well, here's what we did. My son, Joshy, liked the big tanks that I had. I always had like a 300-gallon tank in our house as he's growing up. And then I got a bigger tank. I got like a 450 out in the garage. And then I bought, to end all tanks, a 1,000-gallon tank from Tennecore when they closed down. We'll never have nothing bigger. This is the biggest tank known to man. It's awesome, blah, blah, blah. And they delivered it on a semi-truck. It was so amazing. We get this thing, we set it up in the garage, and it's up on blocks, and me and Josh have to build a stand for it. Me and Josh are now involved. We like our fish tanks. We want this. Next thing you know, we have a 10-foot, Intex pool in the middle of the garage. I bought that 4,400-gallon tank, and it's sitting in our driveway. We couldn't set it up nowhere. We move out here, and we start setting up bigger tanks. The more tanks we get, the more people are offering us big fish, because the public aquarium stopped accepting from the general public because there's, bacterial infections, fungal infections, parasitic infections. And the public aquariums can't handle all this. It costs too much for them to medicate. So they stopped taking from the general public. Unless you got something super rare, like a $2,000 fish or something, they'll take that. But they're not going to want your pacu. They're not going to want your red tail. They're not going to want your, tiger shovel nose or your terashuki or ripsaw cat. They ain't going to want none of this. Your iridescents, they don't want them. So we became the niche in between where we take in all fish. We never say no. And that's how you can tell a real rescue from any other rescue. If the people don't care what fish you have, they will take on the charge of finding that a home, then that's a good rescue, okay? We take on every fish and we find them homes, and then, we go ahead and we now work with 9 different public aquariums. They agree with our quarantine situation, and, we can take in all these fish, and they come here when we got, overpopulated. We call all the public aquariums, and then they send trucks here and pick up all these fish for free from us and go on. And then these fish leave our 3,000-gallon tank and go into a 30,000-gallon tank with a vet on staff 24/7. It's a better life for these fish than we can give. We can give these fish a better life than most people can give. But we're the in-between to a great place for them to go.
We have Colin Doyle for $5. He said, Reaper the Peeper.
That's awesome. Reaper the Peeper.
All right, and we got Jim Sheasley for $5. He said, hope to see you soon. Got to head to work. Well, have a good Friday, Jim.
Yep.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you, brother.
A lot of sidebar conversation down here.
Yeah, I see that.
Talking about food. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Eating pizza.
All right. Let's. How are Charlie and Betty?
Charlie and Betty. Charlie from the Dordt Mall, and then Big Betty.
Big Betty.
They're doing good. They're hanging out together. They're in the 3,000-gallon tank. We can tell Big Betty because she's got a bigger bottom lip than anybody else, and she's actually about 3 inches bigger than anybody else. Charlie's real close. We got Charlie and Pacu from New York that are super big, and they're close to Betty. But Paco is the Pacu is in the 4,400, and Charlie is in the 3,000. So we can tell Charlie now by his size because he's really big. But, when we first put him in there, we couldn't tell because his, a red-bellied piranha loses their red belly and it turns black. So a lot of people call me like, hey, I got a black belly or a black Pacu for you. I'm like, oh, really? What color is it? And they're like, duh, it's black. No, you have a red belly. red belly pacu lose their red and turn black. True black pacus are olive green with black trim on the outside of their fins, grow much bigger. So, Charlie has the black bottom and the silver top, but he's real, like, it's not defined. Some of our pacus have a straight line and it's black down and silver up. Charlie has an undefined line and it goes way down into his black is silver and up into a silver is black. So it's an undefined line. That's how now we can tell Charlie the difference. But he's doing really well. They're getting along. They're eating like everything.
All right. I had one here and I lost it. It was a good one.
From Dougie?
No.
Galil.
It was something about the monster pond. Are they all keepers forever, or do you rehome them? Most of the time, if they come to the monster pond, they are lifers. That is their mecca. They get to live out their life.
We've had a lot of people get mad at us because, we had one guy, and this guy was an idiot. He called from Texas. He's like, "Oh, I want Schwarzenegger." Well, I'm not sending you Schwarzenegger. For one, he's a lifer here. He's going to stay here. Two, he's a 36-inch iridescent shark, and I'm not shipping him. He's like, "Oh, but I'll pay for the shipping." Well, that don't matter. We're not going to ship him to you. And this guy went on a tangent and going to all these different, sites saying, "Forget Ohio Fish Rescue. They won't give you their fish. They're lying to you, blah, blah, blah." Like he was entitled to the fish that he chose. And if I could, I would have liked to smack him. He's a little punk. We do not ship big fish because it's a danger.
Ship no fish.
Well, we don't ship no fish, but we wouldn't consider shipping a big fish because it is a danger to the fish. How do you ship a 36-inch fish in a box? What if it costs $200 and there's water and oxygen, and this fish thrashes around because he's in darkness and beats himself up, and iridescent sharks, they hit the sides of tanks and knock themselves out all the time. I'm not going to take that chance. If you want to come here and pick up a fish, that's fine. If you have the great tank and a home for it. Other than that, we don't ship these big fish. Period. And this guy threw a tangent. He's like, "Don't trust Ohio Fish Rescue. They won't give away no fish. They lied to me, blah, blah, blah." Oh my God. This guy was an idiot. And, we have found so many great homes for great fish. But, Schwarzenegger, we've had him for 23 years. Here's the problem. An iridescent shark has 12 to 15 years life expectancy. Schwarzenegger's already been here with us for 23 years. He's already past his life expectancy. I'm not going to ship him out. And, screw that guy for wanting him and getting mad at us for not giving him. Screw him. Schwarzenegger is in equate him to a 95-year-old man walking with a cane. It's a matter of time. He don't have much more time. I'm not going to stress him out and ship him somewhere. I'm not going to. No, he gets to live here in the 4400. This is why we have not moved him from the 4400 to the pool, because that's too much stress on an old man. You know what I'm saying? He is severely old, and we're going to lose him in the next year or two or maybe 3. Schwarzenegger will be no more, and there's nothing we can do about it. His organs will shut down. He, just like Pittsburgh, he will be gone, and there's nothing we can do about that. And that's going to be a sad day.
Father Time is undefeated, sadly.
All right, moving on. You want to say something, or you don't?
I so want to. I can't get it up. He is such a good fish. You know, he's been here forever. Oh my goodness. He has been such a good fish, and you know he's been here forever, and no one else. I haven't seen another xanthic iridescent shark. You know, we're like the only ones around that have one, and it kills me that he's going to pass soon, but it will happen, and this is the stuff we have to deal with. Being Ohio Fish Rescue, we take in everybody's too big a fish. You know what I'm saying? Well, they're usually too old. And now we take care of them until they perish and die of old age. Just like Pittsburgh, you know. That was a hard loss on us. It was bad. It was horrible. My tank boss, the 44-inch hybrid tiger shovel-nose red-tail cap, that was my buddy. I've had him for like 18 years. These fish are my friends, and just like anyone that's lost a dog, that's what we have to go through all the time, because we take in all these fish and give them a loving home for the remainder of their years. But mostly when they're that big, they're already past their expiration date, you know, and it's rough. People don't understand how much we Can we change the subject?
Yes, I'm going to read a few more super chats, and then I'm going to head out here for the night.
Oh,
you guys
my goodness.
Can stay on. We got Rob Schilling for $5. He didn't say anything, so thanks, Rob. And we got Roger
Thank
Dillon
you, Rob.
for $5. He said, "Will Star. So do a
Rob.
sweet dance tonight, and I'll come on Friday and beat it. I break dog."
What?
Come on, Will. Get up there and dance.
Having a dance off, huh? You don't want no rides. I need a beat.
All right.
So,
Oh my goodness.
I am out, guys. I got a date tonight, so see you later. As always,
We'll
stay
move up here.
fishy. You guys are awesome. I will
Josh.
see you next
All right,
week.
You
Josh.
have a good time on your date. All right.
You deserve it, man.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah. That goes without saying.
Oh my goodness. Oh, they got me in my feels tonight.
I see that. All right, let me read a question from Dougie that I had here a second ago. OFR, I'm sure the answer is no, but would you ever do a big tank with thousands of fish small fish shoaling like tetras?
Oh, I'd love to, but you know, here's our thing. We are there to help out the situation, the problem. And the problem is fish get too big for people's tanks. You cannot release them in the public. You cannot call the public aquarium no more, and then we're the people you call. So we don't get much calls for guppies. We don't get much calls for neons. You know what I'm saying? So we don't have tanks with thousands of neons. I mean, if we were having a problem with, with all that, and the neons are a problem, we'd have a tank full of neons, 1,000-gallon tank, and everybody keeps, putting their problem neons into the tank.
Yeah. All of a sudden you got 10,000 neons.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't have that problem. I mean, it's nice. And if we were a public aquarium, it would be a nice display. Now, we're trying to get government granting for being a public aquarium, but we're not crossing our fingers on any of that. Right now, we're doing what we can to help out the fish that we can and do what we do. Okay? So I hope that answers that question for you.
There we go. We got Eric Headage for $5. Said, would you guys like to repipe the boiler filter room? I'm a boiler mechanic. I could definitely help you with that.
Well, Eric, when you come here in a couple weeks, you can look at it. I will not argue with you. Okay. Mrs. Metalhead says, Josh has a girlfriend now and he deserves that date. She is a sweetheart. She is such a nice girl.
Yeah.
And you know what? It turns out 34 years ago, or even longer than that, how many years ago was 1980?
41.
Okay, so 41 years ago, I was hanging out with Dave Demeter. And that's when AC/DC came out, and Def Leppard and also Fastway. Oh my God, these bands were awesome when they came out. And that's all we used to do is cruise around in his car with a 700 watt stereo and just jam these tunes. And then I didn't see him for 40 years. And I start this fish rescue thing, and he's in charge of like a saltwater thing that he's doing, and he finally finds, and he sees my name and all this, and he contacts me and goes, "Is this the Rich Price that lived in North Royalton, Ohio?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he tells me who he is. Well, my son met his daughter, and now they're dating. It's the cutest thing ever.
It's out pretty well, though. I mean, it seems like they're happy and all that, so good for them,
man, she is such a sweetheart. She is the nicest girl I think I have ever met. She is so sweet and so nice, and she treats Joshy like he's a king.
Yeah, they both match up pretty well, I would say.
Yeah, so, they're amazing together. I love that.
We have a $10 super chat from Omar Afciendo. He says, "Real men cry. God bless Pittsburgh, Schwarzenegger, and Big Rich. Keep up the good work."
Well, thank you, Omar, but, that's bullshit.
Send me crying.
I didn't cry. You cried. I never cried. That was you all crying.
You didn't see that. Cutting some onions over here. Oh. That's funny.
That's funny, yeah.
So we have any more questions in the chat for Big Rich? Big Rich can answer all your questions this evening.
I'll try. Oh no, Liz says, "Fastway, say what you will. I can play that on guitar, Liz. I can play the lead,
song.
I can play the whole... I
remember in the road trip when I would come on.
Yeah,
man.
You saw me in the basement playing guitar, though.
That too, but in the road trip when that song would come on, you were like doing your thing, man. It's amazing.
All right, let me see here. Oh, somebody said swear jar. Did somebody swear? Did we swear?
I don't think so.
Swear jar is here.
Yeah, we got it on standby. How much do you think Schwarzenegger weighs?
I would say 45 to 50 pounds because he is 1.5 feet tall and he is 38 inches long. And he is bulbous.
Yeah, he's pretty big.
He's all muscle.
Case 2. Great stream. Any camping stories, guys?
Camping stories?
I mean...
You got to have a story where, I don't know, you went on the Boy Scouts camping trip and your Boy Scout master,
I was never into Boy Scouts. I was never into Boy Scouts, but I do have a camping story. I did a video on it on my channel about my Bigfoot encounter. When Bigfoot walked into the trees.
Met Bigfoot.
Oh, I never shook his hand and said, "Hey, how you doing, sir?" No, I didn't do that. But it did walk up to within the tree line.
That was a bear that farted.
No. It was Bigfoot. Believe that. I wasn't a believer before that either, but where we were and it was so low.
Did you forget you were filling a certain tank out there?
I'm filling the tank?
Yeah. Uh-oh.
I must have forgot.
Quarantine 550.
I was. Did it flood the floor?
It's soaking right out there.
Live TV,
I am
people.
so sorry, Josh. Go deal with that. I got the live stream to deal with. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. I overflowed the quarantine tank, the 550.
I didn't know what
that was at like 6 o'clock. I even told Reaper, I'm like, Reap, I'm going to lower this hose into the water.
Yeah.
Don't let me forget that we're filling this tank.
Wow.
And he left.
Wow, he didn't remind you. Kind of like the gas, huh?
My son just goes out there before his date, and the whole fish room's flooded.
Yeah. You see that question by Liz there?
I was to say, Big Rich, that's a good question. If someone wants to volunteer at the fish rescue, what do they have to do? Just get a hold of me. Schedule in a day, and we had a volunteer here yesterday. And, actually, we had a community service guy yesterday.
Yeah,
he had to do 50 hours. He got 8 hours fulfilled yesterday, and we had a good time.
Yeah, he was a good dude. Metalhead Prime for $5. Next time we come, we need to have a metal night. You play, I sing. Or attempt to.
Well, Joe's coming out not this weekend, but the next weekend. If you guys are going to be here, we can do all that. But, you know, I got to know what you guys want me to cook. Do you want me to cook, you know, cheesy stuffed shells? Do you want me to cook chili? Do you want me to cook spaghetti? Do you want me to cook homemade burritos? What do you want to eat while you're here? Let me know.
Have you ever had a flat whiskered catfish?
No. I don't know what that is. Never saw one. But let's go with Doogie's question. Big Rich, what is the meaning of life? All right. I'm going to tell you the meaning of life. Okay, guys? Gather around. All you, lean in. Come on in.
Listen closely.
Okay. The meaning of life.
Tell us, Rich.
Is to find somebody that you can get along with, and then you enjoy their company, and then live out your life together and fool around, have fun, as much nookie as possible. You know,
have little ones, a bunch of little ones,
have bunches of little ones, because then they become grandchildren.
And do a bunch of practicing.
Oh, it's all a good time, you know. As long as you, let's put it this way, you never have to masturbate. When you got someone that loves you. All right, next question.
What was your guy's first fish, Rich? That's what someone wants to ask.
My first fish.
First fish.
That was a American alligator.
I don't know if that
10-gallon tank. First fish, I wanted a bigger tank.
Okay.
That was my first fish.
First fish was an alligator.
Okay, Callum Duff says, how big do high fin sharks get? I saw Blake had a big one. Listen, iridescent sharks, there's many different tiers of this genus. Iridescent sharks get 3 foot. High finned Peroon sharks, which are the next biggest size, get about... Well, they're not actually the next biggest size. The next biggest size is black-eared Peroon sharks. They get about 5 foot. Peroon sharks get about 7 foot and are meat eaters. Okay? Iridescent sharks are not meat eaters. That's Schwarzenegger. 3 foot, 50 pounds. Black-eared Pangasius fish or Peroon shark, 5 foot. High fin Peroon sharks, 7 foot, and are meat eaters and are constantly swimming. Awesome. The only thing bigger, Mekong catfish. All in the same family and all look alike. Very different characteristics. Okay?
That Mekong gets to be huge, right?
We're talking 1,200 pounds, you know.
Yeah. I've seen those.
10, 12 foot long. Huge, the size of
but aren't they vegetarians or something?
They are.
Yeah, and they get that big. That's something, you know. We got Roger Dillon again for $5. Big 3, Rich. We are jamming Saturday. I may wake up Sunday there. Matter of fact. How's tomorrow looking?
Roger, you're always welcome here, brother.
Roger.
Subculture Aquatic says, Ohio Fish Rescue. Do you know if Steve Poland is... Oh, it jumped on me. Is still in the hobby. I haven't seen him in a long time. Steve came out here and started our rise to famedom, okay, because with his first video. It's now got like 8 million views. He is a great guy, but yeah, he has slacked off and has stopped making videos against my wishes. You know, I tried calling him back up here when we had the pool pond done, and he made another video, and it's only about 2 million now. Our original video is at 8 million, and Steve Poland was amazing. He has helped us so much on telling us what we should do with our channel, how we should do things, you know, what we should, you know, video and all that. He has gotten us ahead. So we owe our you know, longevity to Steve Poland. Did he quit? I don't think so, but he's definitely not doing videos right now. I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Can you handle this?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
What's I got it? All right, guys. So, yeah, what I was gonna say, William Zanger, I agree totally. Secondly, how big is Brutus? How much does he weigh? I think the other day they were making a video. They said he probably weighs between 50 and 60 pounds. I'm not too sure about that. Rich will be back in here and probably know a little bit more than I would. But other than that, yeah, he's huge and he's going to get a lot bigger. The video that's coming out in the morning for how behind the scenes, I recorded Brutus eating in super slow-mo, so you guys, and I even freeze-framed it for you. So if you guys have been asking for that, that's coming. That'll be tomorrow morning, I think, when Rich is going to put it out for you guys. So, you guys have any questions for me while we're waiting for Rich? I mean, he'll be back in 30 seconds, but I can answer some questions if you'd like. I'm not the fish guy so much, so I won't have the specifics, but it's great to be back. I can tell you guys that. I miss all you guys. I miss being here. It's good being back here, man. So, someone asked how much does Brutus weigh approximately. I told him between 50 and 60, but I didn't know. I really didn't know.
I would say actually a little more.
A little bit more?
Because he's 5 foot long, and he's about 1.25 foot tall.
Yeah.
I would say he's probably 50 to 65 pounds.
Okay.
And I'm really good at this. I'm really close to what he would be.
Yeah. All right, Metalhead Prime. Where did you get that shirt, Will Star? I need one. You like that? I don't know if anybody can read that. Can everybody see that? It's a cider company, and
it's Hard Dickens cider.
Yeah. So it's a good one.
But wait,
got it online.
Says every girl wants a Hard Dickens cider.
Right, and we'll leave it at that. They, it's a family-friendly show. But I think it's
I got a Hard Dickens cider. That's a good
drink up.
Apple.
Absolutely,
salt, right?
Absolutely. So I appreciate you liking the shirt. I like it too. So I bought it. Thought it was funny.
Okay.
How do you keep the temperature in the pool?
Okay, we have a huge pool, gas-fired heater, and it keeps the pool water. All this whole pool right here is heated by the water temperature coming back into the pool. Now in our fish room, we have a furnace on the roof, on the ceiling, and it makes the whole room at 80 degrees, and then all the tanks in the fish room are at 79 to 80 degrees. It's much easier that way. If we had, them two 1,800 gallons, if we had, multiple 300 watt filters or heaters in each one, it would be ridiculous trying to keep them up to temperature. It would be thousands and thousands of watts, and it wouldn't be worth. It's easier and cheaper for us to heat the room to 80 and all the tanks stay up to 79. We're good that way.
Little Nate says, "This is Little Nate, and I'm sending prayers."
Hey, what's up, Little Nate? He hasn't been by since he lost his shoe and got muddy.
Stay poopy, my friends.
Well, that's Poopy Nate. You didn't see the video?
Oh, the little guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
There's Big Nate and Poopy Nate.
Yeah, I saw that. All right.
All right. Sammy Davis Jr. says, Big Rich, how many koi do you figure out back? Do you think the guys have lost any since the beginning of the pond? Well, we actually did. There's about 100 in there. We put a bunch in before winter, and then during the winter months we go out there once a month and check the filters and all that, because it shouldn't have nothing in there. We found 2 koi that were dead inside the overflows of the filter. They got sucked in and then couldn't get back out. And then later on, we found one up on land that had jumped out and was dried out. So we lost 3 koi over the winter, but there's still about 100 in there.
Thoughts on keeping a bowfin? I really want one. They're like a native legal snakehead.
They are. They're real close to the snakehead.
Yeah.
We had one for like the last 4 years, and it was great. It was awesome. But we put in a what kind of catfish was that? It was a it's one of the 7 deadly cats. the man-eating cats from the year.
Chow. I mean, I don't know them all, so it's like a shot in the dark for me.
No, it's hard for me to remember, but I'm going to remember the name. Something steaky. Plecosaurus. It was a Peruvian cat.
Peruvian cat?
Yeah. No.
Well, while you're thinking, I'm going to read off this $5 super chat from Tyler. So sorry to hear about Pittsburgh, guys. I guess I missed it. How long ago did he leave us? Keep up the great content.
Brachyplatystoma.
See how that works?
Filamentosum.
See how that works?
That is the fish.
Nice.
The true... Oh, man, I'm so close. Brachyplasoma filamentosum.
The one Josh wants?
Paraiba cat.
Paraiba. Okay.
That's it. That's the word I was looking for. Okay. We put the Paraiba in the 650 or 750 tank, and he actually killed that. What was the original fish we were talking about?
I forgot.
Oh my god!
All these things.
Oh my god!
The bowfin, right?
The bowfin. We had the bowfin in there for 4 years, and overnight, from putting the Peruvian cat in there, I'm sorry, not a Peruvian cat, the Paraiba cat in there. He killed the bowfin overnight. And, we were just devastated. We were like, oh, my God. Because we watched them and, checked them out for like 7 hours, and they were fine. We turn out the lights. There's the problem. Not the bowfin, the other one. Paraiba is a nighttime killer. And he went after the bowfin. And he killed it, and... we can't just replace it with another bowfin. We only had the one that come through here. We were so upset. It was terrible. I'm sorry about my memory problems, but I had brain surgery, and it's really hard for me to recall things.
That's all right. You do a good job with it. And you want to answer Tyler's super chat question, though, about Pittsburgh, how long ago, and what happened?
Pittsburgh? Okay, when we got Pittsburgh, he was already 18 years old. A Mabu puffer is a life expectancy of 12 to 14 years. Pittsburgh was 18 when we got him. We had him for 2 years. That made him 20 years old. 8 years past his highest life expectancy. And one day his organs just shut down, and he was down the next morning. It hit that quick. It was over with. And we cried. It was horrible. It was a horrible thing because he was a staple here at OFR. He was one of my favorite fish. He was, I talked to him every morning, and I had to bury him. And if you bury a dog or a brother sister, it's all bad. It's nothing is good about that. And we buried him, and, we moved on, and that's what happened to Pittsburgh. It was a bad thing.
We have Jay Savoy asking, why are Asian Arawanas illegal, but regular Arawanas are not?
I don't know! I wish I knew, because if we released Asian Arawanas here, they would die. Too cold. Water's too cold. They would die over the winter. So, why should they be, illegal here? I don't know. They are beautiful fish. There's a multitude of beautiful different variances of these fish, and we should have them. They're legal in Canada. It's a little colder up there, but they're not legal here. I'm working on the license to be able to have them.
Okay.
So.
We have a super chat, $5 from Eric Headage. God bless you, Will Star. Hope everything works out. You were super respectful and hope everything works out. Thank you, Eric. Really appreciate that.
You're respectful?
I guess.
You don't know
me very well, huh?
No, Eric's a good friend of mine.
Oh, yeah.
He's awesome.
He's a great guy.
He's got a great
family, yeah.
His kids.
I was with you, son.
You went with me, yeah. They made the coloring book for us.
Yes, they
oh
did.
My God,
yes,
yeah,
did.
You were there.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
His mom was gonna make us the sauce.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. Wonderful family. I mean, it was like 8 in the morning when we were there, and she was like, "Oh, I'll make it for you right now." That's how nice.
You just wait. I'm gonna go in and make sauce for you.
Yeah, that's how nice they were. But we had to go because we had other places to go pick up fish. But it was definitely a wonderful family.
We had a good time up there. Definitely. We have not had a good time having Lavaca back here. Eric kind of fibbed to us. No, actually he didn't. She was in like a 360-gallon tank with all kinds of community fish. We brought her back here and put her in with Pittsburgh, and she almost killed him. We got her out of Pittsburgh tank. Pittsburgh came back, regrew all his fins, everything else, put her into a Lake Tanganyika Frontosa tank. Zaire Frontosa, they're about 250 feet down. And then Lake Tanganyika rivers and estuaries is where the Mabu puffer's from. She attacked all of them and was biting big chunks out of their backs. So we had to get her out of there. And, oh my God, she's been alone since. She has been just terrible.
Doing her thing.
Yeah. So now she's got a 265-gallon tank all to herself.
She's enjoying it, though.
We tried plecos in there, and she bit their fins.
As long as her buddy Reaper can come by and talk to her, she's good. You know.
Did you see the parody I did?
Did, bro.
He was making out with Lavaca.
Don't get a little jealous. That's funny. Funizer says Lavaca is saucy.
She's saucy.
She is saucy, that's for sure.
She likes her coffee.
Forget about it. She likes it.
Oh, Stephen Bundle is running. He's turning over in his seat right now.
Yeah,
he's laughing his butt off.
You know he is. Forget about it. Someone's saying it's 8:30 time for SC.
Is it?
SC Aquatics.
8:26. We got 4 more minutes, guys.
Okay. People are asking how's the water cleanup Josh is doing. We don't know. We're not out there.
We don't know. We're not out there. We don't know what he's cleaning up. We have no idea. See right here in the background, if you turn right there, you go into the fish room. From what I hear from Josh, it's all wet.
Yeah, if it's been running since 6 o'clock. So Kathy says the Asian arowanas are illegal because they're on the endangered species list. Would that make sense?
If they're endangered species,
you'd want them to
why are they
more?
legal in Canada? Why are they illegal here?
Yeah.
If they're endangered species, they'd be illegal everywhere.
Yeah.
In Canada, it's much colder up there. They cannot live in the cold.
Right.
So I would think because it's cold here, they cannot live through the cold, and we'd have the same sanctions.
Could you imagine if we had Lake Erie full of arapaimas? How big they would get out there?
But they'd all die come winter.
Well, because of the cold. Yeah, that's true.
You want to go to Florida with me?
Yeah, let's go. I need to get away, man. Big Rich, any new rescues we can get a sneak peek on?
Oh yeah, I've got like 20 lined up in the future here, and on my calendar. It's just that while these are lined up, I have to go ahead and get other rescues lined up on the same trip so that it makes it worthwhile. We don't go 9 hours east or 9 hours west and then pick up one fish and come home.
Yeah.
We go there and we pick up multiple different rescues along the route and then come back. So if you need a fish picked up, it takes months of planning to get this trip down, and then because this person can't be there in the daytime, this person can't be there at the nighttime. We have to plan this out to everybody's schedule, and with 13 different people, it's a lot of different schedules. So we get this finally planned out, and then we go. And we pick up fish along the way, we pick up fish along the back, we drop off fish, on the way, that kind of stuff. So, it's a big to-do that we have to do, and we get that worked out.
A lot of logistics to set up, a lot
logistics.
A lot of logistics, son. All right, before we go, we have Disney fan says, "Hi, Big Rich. Would you ever put turtles, bullfrogs, and channel cats in the large koi pond in the backyard?"
Probably not, because the pond behind it is our natural pond. There's bluegill, crappie, bass, turtles, frogs, all kinds of stuff back there. In the koi pond, we just want the koi, so we're not going to, let's say, infest it with other species and stuff like that. If it's good for the koi, then we will add them. We want sturgeon in there. We want the koi in there. Now we're thinking of the high-fin banded sharks, but I've been told that they're not that cold resilient. Like, they can't last the winter, so we don't want them in there. A bunch of other things. We will add what we can add as long as it's not harmful to the fish.
We have IE 617 saying the U.S. government's argument about the Arowana is that there would be a lot more poaching if they were legal in the United States. That's what he says, at least. Yeah.
That don't make sense. If we were allowed to have the beautiful Arawanas you guys are allowed to have in Canada, we would just enjoy them more. I don't understand where poaching comes in, because if they were released in the wild, they would still die in our waterways and couldn't become an invasive species, and they're just beautiful. So,
well, I'm thinking maybe it's because of the watershed. Like, the Ohio River would go down into the Mississippi, that would go down to the southern states, right? Like, so maybe they would spread. They're afraid they would spread that way.
It's possible, but every winter these waters get so ice cold that the Arawanas will not live.
Yeah, unless they migrated south down the Ohio River and stuff,
I mean, I guess it's possible.
Yeah.
Now I want to beat you up.
Well, it's 8:30, so I don't know. You want to stay on, or do you want us to go? So, Steven.
No, you guys, jump over to SC Aquatics, live stream. He's a good guy. He helps us out here at the rescue all the time. He's a good guy. So, we'll see you guys over there.
Yeah.
And, thanks for hanging out with us. Love you guys. Love hanging out with you guys every Friday. This is my only time out. I don't get to go to bars. I don't get to go out. I do 16 hours a night, every night, taking care of Tracy, and then 24 hours a night on weekends.
Yeah.
So this is my one night that
you get to
allow myself a couple of drinks, and then, I get to hang out with you guys. It's been awesome. Thank you, guys. It's awesome. And as always, stay fishy, my friends.
Later.
All right, let's see how we can close this down, because Josh does it so smoothly. Let's hit the end stream, and then we have to go back here and say bye, guys.
See ya. I think we're still on though, probably, huh?
No, we're not.
It says live right there.
I know, but if you go over here, the end stream is. Oh, maybe.
Good thing.